Hey everybody, it's Karen from Master Spirit Guides. I hope you're doing well. So we have 25 community questions. So these questions came from the community a few days ago. I don't know, 4 days ago. I posted in the community asking, what questions do you have right now? Like in general, let's just do a sweep of what do you want me to ask the Lead Team Collective, okay? And we had, like I said, we had 25 questions. There might have been more, but Marcia took them, my sister, and synthesized them. They cover 2026 prophecies, politics, consciousness, spirit, health, the economy, societal shifts, and our higher self. So those are all the kind of questions we're going to be answering. And there is a very real possibility, I can't promise 100% yet, although I'm 90% sure, I just have to make sure that the technology is going to work for me, that we are going to start going live in a few weeks. And I'll do a big announcement soon, but I just wanted to put the teasers out there that we're going to start going live twice a week, maybe 3 times. I haven't decided yet. And where you'll have an opportunity live to ask your questions. And we had a real fun with that last winter. I took a break from lives over the summer just so that I didn't have a schedule. And now it's winter again for me, so why not? Let's come back to do lives again. I think it'll be fun. I really enjoy doing it with you, and we had a really good time. So they'll probably be about 1 p.m. Central Time is the time we're looking at. So hopefully you can rearrange your schedules and join us live. Okay, but I'll keep you posted as we move along here. Tentatively, I'm going to say tentative, we are looking at starting the live on, let's see. So yeah, on the 16th of November. That's tentative. Although it makes sense for us to do it the week before Thanksgiving and not the week of Thanksgiving, although we probably still will go live, but we're going to do Monday or Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays. Sundays, Tuesdays, and Thursdays at 1 p.m. That's the plan. And again, it's all tentative, but I'm 90% sure that that's going to be sticking to our plan. Thursday obviously is Thanksgiving. I don't have a problem going live on Thanksgiving. I don't have any big plans. So my husband will be working and coming home and taking a nap. So at 1 p.m. Central, I'll be free. So it will depend on, I think Marcia and Love will be free too on Thanksgiving. Anyway, so we may still do a live on Thanksgiving for those of you who, want to hang out with us. Why not? Let's plan on doing, if again, it's all tentative right now, but we could plan on doing something related to Thanksgiving. Yeah, we'll do a topic like that. So anywho, I hope you're looking forward to that and joining us in the chats. And if you can't make it live, then the videos will go, you'll be able to still watch them, obviously. Afterwards, the recorded live will be posted on YouTube. So, okay, let's go ahead and answer your questions. So first I have a prayer. If you're new to the channel, thank you for being here. There's a Start Here playlist right here that you may want to check out just to see like what's going on with these things and some of the base and more introductory topics like soul contracts and life reviews and all these kind of things are going to be found in the Start Here playlist. And then you can decide if you want to stick around, and I hope you do. So we're building a community here, which is so lovely. Everybody here is so lovely. And I'm a facilitator of the community, and everybody chimes in with their thoughts, their knowledge, their wisdom in the comments so that everybody can glean more information from everybody in the community and not just me. That's the important part. So, and if you're returning here, thank you so much for being here and being a subscriber. We just are so appreciative of this opportunity to do this with you. So, okay, I close my aura to all but my higher self, the God consciousness, my guides, guardians, the Lead Team Collective, and only those of the highest and purest light. And ask Archangel Michael to please protect my channel, your channel, pushing you back, the Lead Team Collective, so it is only of the highest and purest light. Amen. Hey, Lead Team and my team. I haven't talked to them today. So the lead team is made up of all of our spirit teams in the community. I explain it sometimes and sometimes I don't. So I've already explained this week a little bit more detail about the lead team. So sometimes I will and sometimes I won't. And so just thanking any appreciation we can show to all of our spirit teams individually and collectively as the lead team is just a nice thing to do. Let's just, give them a little appreciation. If you're in the chat right now, send out some big hearts to them, okay? All right, so lead team, the community has about 25 questions for you on a variety of topics. Is there anything in front of me that you are not comfortable answering? No. Okay, great. All right, well, let's get started. So, question number 1. Oh, good. We get to ask about Edgar Cayce. Is it Gacy? No, Casey. Gacy was the serial killer, which I grew up in that area about at that time. Not in Downers Grove specifically, but in Palatine, so it was close. I remember that happening. Okay, so we're talking about Edgar Cayce. I think it's Gacy. No, Casey. Sheesh, Casey. All right, maybe I'll just say Edgar. Let's just go with Edgar because I got the two confused now. All right, did clairvoyant Edgar Cayce predict that an upcoming POTUS would be a healer? I was wondering about that myself. Yes. Okay, but I mean, he said it would be, right? But is that actually true? Is the upcoming POTUS going to be, well, it's an upcoming POTUS from when he was alive, correct? Yes. Have we seen the POTUS that was a healer? No. Will this person be a woman? Oh, yes. Didn't necessarily need to be a woman, obviously. All right, so let's go through and see if any of the following list, Democrats and Republicans, might be considered or might be the person who is the healer that Edgar Cayce was talking about. Does that sound fair? Okay. Will Kamala Harris be that POTUS? Oh, this will give, oh, yes. Wow. Okay. And she is the healer that he was speaking of? Yes. All right. Well, that kind of shoots the rest of the list. Should have put her last, sis. Okay, we'll go through the rest. Nikki Haley, Republican? No. Gretchen Whitmer, Democrat? No. OAC, Democrat? No. Kristi Noem, Republican? No. Yes? No way. Okay, we need to... Okay, now that kind of freaks me out a little bit. We need to circle back to this. We'll come back to that and ask some more questions. Elizabeth Warren, Democrat? No. Sarah Huckabee Sanders, Republican? Okay, we need to come back to the Kristi Noem thing. What the heck, you guys? Okay, so let's answer this more clearly just to make sure we are getting this clear. So Edgar Cayce predicted when he was alive that there would be a upcoming POTUS, and that POTUS would be a healer. I want to confirm that's correct. Yes. Okay. And you said that Kamala Harris would be that POTUS. Is that correct? Yes. Are you also saying that Kristi Noem is a healer? Wow. Okay. All right. Okay. They all show up in different forms, don't we? Okay. So Kristi Noem is a healer. Is Kristi Noem going to be POTUS at some point? No. Okay. Okay. So that's where this, okay. So when you're using these, you have to, it's like, okay, well, if you get a response that you're like, wow, okay, that's interesting. Then, and you have your own bias and stuff, which I should be clearing my bias. I don't think I need to for these questions, but maybe I should. I've actually told them to just clear me anytime we're doing it for the community, but it's always good to ask again. But did you see how I rephrased that? Because there might have been some confusion between POTUS and healer. So they're saying that Kristi Noem is a healer. And again, what does that exactly mean? I don't know. We'd have to go back to the Edgar Cayce stuff, but In fact, I wanted to do an Edgar Cayce session at some point. I don't know did I already do a call out for that? I know it was on my mind. I'm going to put down Edgar Cayce to remember to do a call out on the channel. If you're subscribed to the channel, you set notifications, you'll get notified when we go live, for one thing, and you'll get notified when I post for questions so that you have an opportunity to add your questions, okay? So that was interesting. So Kristi, let's just confirm, will Kristi Noem ever be president of the United States? No. Okay, can we just make sure my biases are clear? Because obviously I have an opinion about her. Can you make sure my biases are completely clear in this reading and that you're not picking up on my energy at all? I want it to just be the energy of the Akashic Records, or however you guys are responding in terms of what the future looks like. Okay. Yes. Okay. So now that we've cleared that, will Kristi Noem ever be president of the United States? No. Will Kamala Harris ever be president of the United States? Yes. And I mean acting president of the United States, because we know she is president of the United States right now. She didn't get handed the key. So yes, she will. Okay. Sweet Jesus. Okay. Alrighty now. Number 2, will Gavin Newsom be running for the next POTUS during the next presidential election? Yes. Okay, that should be interesting. Is the Prime Minister of Canada, Mark Carney, going to help take down the Trump administration? Yes. Go Mark, go Mark. Have cabinet members Noem, Rubio, Hegseth, and Miller, I heard about this, moved into military housing on General's Row? No. Okay, so now we have to break this down because there was too many people. So have cabinet members has Kristi Noem moved into or will be moving into military housing on General Row? Okay, so the question is, so do you see how I had to clarify that? So some of those, first of all, there's 4 names, and usually we have to break those down because there might be some that have and some that haven't. And the question might be have or will. Okay, will cabinet members, so let me just ask it that way. Will cabinet member Kristi Noem be moving into military housing on General's Row? Yes. Will Rubio be moving into military housing on General's Row? Yes. Okay. Will Hegseth be moving into military housing on General's Row? Yes. What the actual F, you guys? I don't know enough about this story. So will Stephen Miller be moving into military housing on General's Row? No. Okay. Is there a chance that could shift, that Stephen Miller will eventually move into military housing? Does it look like there's a possibility of it? No. So if he has, I don't know in any way, I don't know the facts on that. So if he already did, then if I knew the facts and he already did and they're saying no, then there's another way to answer that. There's another way to ask it. Okay. So just because if I do verifiable facts a lot, I can sit here and do verify. I haven't done it very often on the channel for a while, but I can do verifiable facts in terms of what color is that fireplace? Is that fireplace blue? And they'll say no. Is it yellow? No. And I'll say, is the frame of it black? And they'll say yes. So I can do verifiable facts like that all the time. When it comes to something like this, because I don't know I don't know. Have some of them moved in, have some of them not. Are they right in the way they're answering? I'm not sure. So it's hard for me when I'm not sure about those details to ask clarifying questions in case something's off. All right. So just because you might hear the SGs give a different response about a topic, then maybe you might hear another medium give a response to. All right. That doesn't mean the SGs, our lead team, is inaccurate or their team is inaccurate, because I think they're all getting the same information. It's how the person reading it interprets the information or has knowledge about the information. Someone like Sterling, who gets information in his head real time, has that advantage, or I don't. I have to know enough information about something in order to tease it apart, right? But sometimes I don't, especially with these general questions. I can't tease them apart. So just in case you see like, well, Stephen Miller did move in or whatever, then we'd have to tease that out a little bit and see like, well, why are they saying no? Like, how am I asking that? That might be a little different or something. Does that make sense? So if yes, so it sounds like all three of them, but not Miller, will be moving into General's Row. Did they move are they moving their families in as well? Yes. Are they planning a false event to invoke the Insurrection Act? Oh, do you think that's why they're, oh, geez, yes. Entertainment purposes only and allegedly. Oh, jeez. Okay. All right, just witness, you guys. We're just witnessing. All right. Oh, these guys. Is the administration, assuming the Trump administration, planning to retaliate against citizens who did not vote for them in past elections? Is that like on their plan? Yes, it is. Does that surprise anybody? However, let's clarify. Is the retaliation going to make any impact whatsoever on citizens of the United States? No, it is not. Okay, so it's in their plans. So again, clarification on the question. It's in their plans because you know they're a bunch of a-holes. That's just the way it is. Yep. Okay, but it will not take effect. Is that true? No. Did 2 National Guardsmen, I heard about this too, from Illinois recently state their refusal to act against the American public? That was amazing. Okay, let me just state that again. Did 2 National Guardsmen from Illinois, my home state, I've lived in Wisconsin way longer, but recently recently refused to act against the American citizens? Amazing. Yes. Was their refusal based on their belief that the deployment was against their community and neighbors and felt it was illegal? Yes. Are they now exposed to personal risk for publicity or publicly defying an order? Yes. Will many follow their lead? Yes. This is what we need. This is what we need. So, in terms of like the government shutdown, I've talked about this before, I think, but so my husband works for TSA, and he also worked for TSA the last time Trump was in office when they had the government shutdown. And the bigger airports did what was called the blue flu. Like we've been hearing like air traffic controllers might start calling in sick, and they were, so they last time, was it 2018, 2019? They did what was called the blue flu. So they wear the blue shirts, and so they coordinated where everybody just, like in LaGuardia, like the bigger airports, LA probably, where they just called in sick. Well, when you hold public transportation, people are going to get mad, So this would be amazing if they did this. And I still, I keep telling my husband, like, well, when's the blue flu? When is it? Get going, But it needs to probably come from the bigger airports to make kind of a difference. But it's kind of interesting. See, we have so much power. We have so much power. And again, the no buy, there's a no buy. I didn't realize that a couple of days ago when we were talking about Amazon Black Friday stuff. There's a no buy, November 25th, blackout. There's a blackout to show them who's boss. Let's show them who's boss in this country. November 20th, and the world, you guys, the world. So no Black Friday, basically, or Cyber Monday shopping, unless you're going to shop small. Shop small. That's only for the big box people, Walmart, all those people, all the, And I'm just going to remind you guys that we have because I like to remind you at least once a week for people who are new, especially, we do have a small business community directory for the businesses in our community. I will put a QR code right here. Okay. And it just says shop small. So we're not talking about blacking out those businesses or like our business. Why would we do that? We're not, the billionaires causing the income inequality. We're talking about the places that are the people who are causing the income inequality. All right. So please consider shopping. And I have a link in the description below and pinned to the first comment too. Please consider checking out the small businesses of members of this community. All right. That would be amazing. And if you want to join the directory, there's a link there too, if you're a small business. So that is amazing about the National Guard. I love it so much. Don't you guys love these mixed? I like these mixed questions, especially coming from the community. You guys ask so many good questions. Was the East Wing, this was good, this is a good question, emptied out of furniture, paintings, documents, and records before being demolished? Yes, it was. Are the items set aside for safekeeping? Yes. Did the archives have anything to do with that? Oh, thank goodness. Okay. Yes. So they did follow some protocol with regards to archiving. Yes, they did. Okay. Well, there's that, you guys. I know it was awful. It was awful to see it. Okay. Will the U.S. be able to cut down the growing abuse networks of vulnerable people? Yes. Is this a part of like the 2050 reset? The reset that basically we're starting, it basically started in 2008 and it's going to 2050. So we're smack dab right in the middle of it, you guys. That's why we're seeing so much chaos right now. Is that a part of, and that's why we're becoming more aware of these systems and the abuse networks that are abusing vulnerable people. That's why we're becoming more aware of it, and it's horrifying. I'm way more aware of it this year than I've ever known, and I'm horrified by it. In fact, I just received a book, thank you so much, from a member of our community who grew up in Texas. I just read your card real quick. I haven't looked at the book yet, but she wrote a book during COVID about her daughter who had been, I don't know the full story, but basically she was a little kid, vulnerable, right? And this woman who sent me the book and wrote the book, her husband's family was involved in this kind of stuff, trafficking and that kind of stuff. And she had to put her daughter in hiding because they were trying to traffic her. So this book is, once I take a look at it, I'll show you. So anyway, but it's like, I didn't know like a lot of this stuff existed, prior to this year, but it's starting to come out more and more for people. And that's a good thing, even though it feels so chaotic, because the only way we can heal this stuff and get rid of it is to know it exists and to hold people accountable, right? So will it eventually be eliminated, these networks, these abuse networks? Yes. So is it safe to say that by 2050, they will all be demolished and gone? Okay, good. Let's keep on that timeline, you guys. Let's keep on that timeline. We've got to keep shining our light as bright as possible to keep us moving from the 3D to the 5D, because it's the breakdown of the 3D that we're seeing right now. And we need to break it down completely, which is not going to be an easy process to go through. I think we're all realizing that now. But we're going to be strong and we're going to do it together. We're going to go get through the destruction of the 3D in order to get to the 5D. And it's going to be a societal process. I'm starting to realize that now. Even when Kamala Harris comes into POTUS and our healer, okay, she's going to be a part of that. But I think it's the hardest part, I think, is right now. That's my guess. Between now and I hate to say like 2030, but I think the hardest part is just we're out of the denial. And not everybody is. So we've got to get people out of the denial phase of what's really going on in the world in different pockets, in order for us to heal it, right? So we'll keep doing that together as a community. All right, there are drones. I heard about this too. You guys are asking all the amazing questions because I just heard little like tidbits of some of these things. There are drones that are buzzing over the LA basin every night. First of all, is that true? Yes. And this has been going on since the person asked the question and said it's been going on since F-45 started his ice raids. Is that true? Yes. Are they videotaping citizens? What are they doing out there? No, they're not videotaping citizens. So now there could be something wrong with that question. Like, are they videotaping? Let's just break this down. Are they videotaping something? Yes, they are videotaping, but not citizens. Not human beings. Are they videotaping human beings? No. Is F-45 filming East LA to plot out? Is he filming East LA? Is that what he's doing? Okay, yes. Is that the LA basin? Is that, I don't even know. Is he doing this to plot out future raids and track down immigrant? Okay, see now I got to break that down. Is he doing this to plot out future raids? Yes. Is he doing this to track down immigrants? Yes. Is it really F-45 who is in charge of this? No. Okay. Are they just privately owned drones? No. And do they have, I mean, is there a chance that they have nothing to do with ICE? No. So they do have to do with ICE. There's something related to the, yes. All right. Allegedly and entertainment purposes only, obviously. Will King Charles still be on the throne as of spring 2026? Oh, wow. Okay, so they're saying yes, but there's a slight little no going over. So there's some kind of nuance here. So I've got the yes, but then I've also got this little tiny no over here. So he may be still, is there a chance he'll be on the throne, but not acting king? Ah, okay. Okay. So he will be, like, he'll still own the throne, let's just say. But, okay, yes. Will he be acting king? No. All right. So there'll be somebody, basically how Trump is now. That's my guess. So it'll be like similar to Trump. No, no, you don't have to answer that because I don't have proof of it. But, well, let's ask, is Trump, will it be the same situation like F-45? Yes, and I'll clarify. So F-45, I'm making the assumption, doesn't really run the show. Is that correct? Yes. Okay. So there's someone or people acting in his place, but he still owns the throne, which he's trying to own, right? He's trying to own it as a throne? Yes. All right. So same kind of situation. Are the strikes on Venezuela happening because Venezuela or Maduro have information about the e-files? Oh, it always, no way. Yes, it always comes back to those. Release the files. Let's keep talking about it. Release the files. Let's keep talking about it. Okay? Keep asking, put in comments now and again, release the files, and like anywhere you are, you know. Just keep talking about it. Oh, it always has to, it's coming, you know, that's really interesting. It's coming back to those dang files. Yeah, release the files, man. We're not going to stop talking about it until they're released. Yes, really wide swing on that. Isn't that interesting? I kind of wondered, because wasn't she supposed to, is it a president or prime minister of Venezuela, supposed to get the Nobel Peace Prize that Trump wanted? I kind of wondered at first if it was that. Does it have anything to do with the Nobel Peace Prize that Trump did not win and the woman from Venezuela did? Yes, it also has to do with that. Okay. Interesting. He's such a fucking brat. Sorry, there's no other way to say it using the F word. It's, you know, usually I say effing, but he is a fucking brat. I've never met a bigger brat in my entire life than that guy. And brat is not a good thing. So if you think I'm being soft by calling him a brat, no. No, I'm not. I'm not being soft by it. An 85-year-old or whatever he is, 79-year-old freaking brat. I thought I did more clearing about him recently, but apparently not. It creeps up every once in a while. Oh, goodness gracious. Oh my gosh, I am not even through half of the freaking questions. You know, hey, I like to give a little commentary here and there. Gotta have a little conversation. All right, let me see. Do I need to break this down? I might break this into 2 videos. Let's see, how many we have? 25. Are you guys going to be annoyed if I break this into 2 videos? All right, let's just crank through the rest of them. Will we have a digital, see, that's the reason I can't crank through them is because I do have to process them. So I don't think I'm going to ask this question and then I'm going to come back tomorrow with the second half. Okay, sorry. Because I do need to process them. Otherwise, I want to make sure we're asking them correctly. Will we have a digital lockdown imposed on us? A digital lockdown. Okay, they're saying yes and no. See, this is where I have to stop for a minute. I can't just be like, okay. So a digital, okay, so let me remove the word digital. Will we have a lockdown imposed in 2025? No. Will there be a lockdown? Oh, let me get clear again. In the United States. Will there be a lockdown in the United States in 2025? No. Will there be any kind of lockdown in 2026 in the United States? Oh, well, any kind, again, that doesn't mean global. Yes, it's not a huge, okay, so there'll be some kind of lockdown in 2026. Will it be a health-related lockdown in 2026? Yes. Interesting. Will it be a digital lockdown in 2026? Okay, that's where the no is. All right. Will there be a health lockdown in 2026 worldwide? Yes. But will it involve the entire world? Like COVID was so big like that? No, but they're really not. The energy around this question is very subtle. So let me know. And here's the thing, as I'm going through all these questions, it's going to bring up other questions for you. Like you might go, well, Karen, ask it this way, or blah, blah, blah. Let's keep building on it. So if these past questions brought up any additional questions for you, put them in the comments here and we will grab them. All right. So Lob, J.O., J.O. is Jared Olaf. It's my other nephew. Would you grab the additional questions from these community questions so that we can do a part 3 and 4 if we need to? All right, because this is what I'm looking forward to, getting back to lives and doing these kind of things, because it's just interesting rather than just one full topic. And you guys ask so many good questions. So, all right, I will see you in part 2 where we answer the second half of the questions. All right? Okay, have a good one. Bye-bye.